Hey, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for joining me on this beautiful Monday, November 28th, for our Lunch and Learn episode 26. We are going to talk today about 2 magic questions that can help you turn failures into successes. So, I always like to reevaluate everything that I do after I do them. And so this is going to help you to improve the quality of your interactions, your meetings. It's going to help you improve your success rate. It's going to help you sign up more customers. It's going to help you sign up more distributors. So while we're waiting for that to build, I just want to say that if you guys have not done so, please make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. It is youtube.com/create wealth with Tara. And all the episodes are downloaded there immediately. I know, I missed you guys too. I was in Hawaii last week, and with the time change and the kids and the activity, it was just too much to try to do. So I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving, and I am back. I cannot wait for 5 full episodes this week, and it's going to be very exciting. So, 2 magic questions that can help you turn your failures into successes. And they have incredible power to improve your life, because one of the things that you should always be doing as an entrepreneur is sharpening your axe, right? You should be honing your skills. You should be upping your game. You should be giving yourself a competitive edge. And as you increase, you will improve your life in all areas. But in business, there are specific things that you can learn how to do to improve all the interactions that you have. Because at the end of the day, in all of network marketing, no matter what company you are in, you only get paid when people either buy your product or your service as a customer, or they buy your product or service as a distributor, whatever you want to call them, business partner, brand partner, distributor, promoter. When they buy your product, and this is not a pyramid scheme, so you do not get paid to recruit. You get paid to sell products or services. So the first question that you want to ask, now before I give you the questions, we'll talk about any interaction, whether it's a phone call to invite, to make an invitation, and we have great episodes on inviting, or it is a 3-way call, meaning you've invited, maybe they've taken a look at some of the information and you're getting them on the phone with someone in your upline to answer questions or just explore whether this would be a good fit for them, both on the product or service side or the distributor side. Or it's a live meeting, right? You standing in the front of your living room, presenting to people, or a 2-on-1 where you're just sitting there exploring whether these products or services or this business opportunity is the right fit with somebody. So these are all experiences which you have an opportunity to come out ahead and have a result which is going to move your business forward, right? Whether you're doing it for yourself personally or you're tap rooting into your team, this is what you earn money on. This is the money-making activity. So the first question you want to ask, and remember to keep them positive. One of the things that successful people do is they try to look at all the positives, because that helps your self-esteem, that helps you focus, because remember, the laws of attraction are you're going to constantly get what you're thinking about. So if you're thinking about, oh, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Then you're going to be changing your focus. Remember, you've got to change your focus. You got to reprogram your subconscious. So the first thing is, what did I do right? No matter what you did, and no matter how great or how poorly it turns out, whether you consider it a great success or a failure, you probably did something right. I mean, even if it's just one small thing. So what you should do immediately after following the event, and this should only take about 2 or 3 minutes, is say, what did I do right? And get a mental replay of the event and assess everything you did right away. So, okay, was I on time? Did I say their name, right? Oh, How to Win Friends and Influence People. The most magical sound in the world to a person is the sound of their own name. So you shouldn't oversay it, but you should definitely say their name, like, oh, hi, Tara, nice to meet you. It gives people a sense of that you care about them and that you're respecting them and that you know their name. Did I smile? Was I nervous? Was I prepared? So what did you do right? So you can go into a meeting, you could have all the right things and it still come out without the result that you want. But what did you do right, right? Were you prepared? Did you know in advance the questions they want? Did you ask smart questions? Did you, were you able to answer questions? Were you able to give them the information? Were you able to find out why they were meeting with you in the first place, right? What is their need? Did you appropriately answer their questions to paint the vision of how your product or service or your business opportunity could be a possible solution for the problem that they already have, right? Doesn't matter if you, again, if you close the sale or not, that doesn't measure success or failure. It's just a matter of, you know, did you ask them why they didn't buy? Did you ask them if they're interested? Did you ask them what they're looking for? Did you ask them if this is the only opportunity they're looking at? Did you ask them if they were, you know, exploring possibilities, if they were, you know, what did you do right? So it's important to really reflect on this because even if you don't have the close or they didn't buy from you, it's important to focus on the right things and write them down and everything that you thought you did correctly, because this is going to set you up for a mindset of success. It's going to increase your confidence. It's going to make you feel better about yourself. So again, we all have a choice: focus positive, focus negative. Focus on the positive. Hi everyone. Because in the process of doing this, you're going to be reprogramming your mind to repeat the things that you did correctly in a similar situation. So this is why it's important. It's not just a matter of evaluating yourself. It's reprogramming your mind. Say, okay, if I did all these things right, your brain is going to say, okay, input all of these information, right? Subconscious, let's keep programming. Let's keep doing this today. Let's keep doing this tomorrow. Let's keep doing this next time, right? So what did you do right? The second question is, what would I do differently? And now again, it should never be negative. It should be, you know, thinking about forcing you to think positively about what happened and what you could do better. Again, we all have a choice. Don't think negative. Don't beat yourself up. Don't criticize yourself. That does nothing good. Just say, you know, what did I do right and what could I do differently? Again, you're taking the same result, but you're using a positive approach. Ask yourself, if you had to do it over again, remember you just replayed the entire conversation or meeting with yourself, how would you change or improve your performance? Could you have smiled more? Could you have been more prepared? You know, did you know in advance what they were looking for? Did you do a good enough job asking what they're seeking, right? When you meet with somebody, especially in network marketing, your job is to find a need. It's not to sell a product. Guys, if you think we're in this industry to sell products, to sell and close deals, that's not what this industry is about. This industry is about finding people's needs and filling it with your solution, right? So I know it's not a secret. I'm a wellness entrepreneur. I'm finding people who have a need for wanting to look better, live longer, feel better. And I have products in different categories that I'm constantly looking for people who have a need in that category, right? And getting them to understand why my product might be a good solution or it might be a good alternative, etc. And also in you know, the one of the main goals you should always have, always have, is that you should always be looking for distributors. You should always be looking for business partners, because if you have a goal, you love your product, you love your service, then your goal should be to desire to get that to as many people as possible. Well, you're only one person. There's only so much you can do, right? So you need to build a team. And you need to have people that are distributing your product, and you need to teach them. So, you know, maybe it's what could you do differently? A lot of times people say, well, I'm having trouble signing distributors. Well, did you even talk about the opportunity, right? And if you're nervous about talking about the opportunity, then maybe figure out why you're nervous about it. And so one of the things that I would improve on every single time is, did you adequately ask questions and explore possibilities that person may not have even known? Like, a lot of times people don't even understand or know that there is a business opportunity. You know how many times I've been on, I don't know, planes, or I've met people and they're like, oh, you sell this product? Well, that's weird. So does my friend. I didn't know, she never told me about the business. That's the only person I'd ever talked to about it. And I didn't know about the business because they didn't tell me about it. Well, those are the things. So there are a lot of things that you can do differently. And it's a good idea to maybe even make a checklist. So, be prepared. One of the things that you have to do when you're showing up to meet people about your business or your products or services is you got to be prepared. So when you say what would you do differently, what would you do more of, what would you do less of, would you talk more, would you listen more, would you ask more questions, but being prepared is a huge thing, guys. Professionals go into meetings prepared. Let's say, for example, you're a realtor and you're going to meet a prospect to sell them real estate. Well, it would probably be a good idea to know, do they have kids? Do they care about schools? Do they care about neighborhoods? Do they want stairs? Do they want a pool? Do they want to be close to a park, right? That's called being prepared for your person. So maybe, and beforehand, you can say, hey, give me 5 reasons or 3 reasons why we're meeting today. What are you looking for? And then you go about researching and preparing for that meeting, right? So be sure to write down your answers, because you're going to capture them before you forget. You're going to be able to say, what did I do right? What did I do differently? They're both positive, and they're both going to take you into a place subconsciously where you're telling your brain over and over again what you want to do. So you have the perfect outcome, right? Even if you just improve one thing every time, you're going to get better. So when I first started network marketing, I wasn't that great, and my conversion rate was terrible, and I didn't have all the answers to the questions, and I couldn't paint the vision, and I didn't understand the true power of residual income, and I didn't have any belief deep down inside that this industry would even work, right? So I guess I was like ignorance on fire for the first probably year, but I kept learning. I kept going to meetings, and I kept putting myself in situations, as uncomfortable as they were sometimes, standing in front of a room when you know very little about what you're talking about. But I just kept improving. And then I would take my script and I would improve it. And then I would go to another event and I would learn. And then the next time I was in front of a living room, I would take the new information and I would convey that. And I did that over and over and over again. One of my friends, Rachel, and I, my business partner, we always laugh and say, in this industry, the best skill you can have is being a high-paid parrot, right? Go and listen to information, go and learn the information, and then go repeat the information, whether it's to a prospect or your team. So both winners and losers, meaning, I shouldn't say, but success and failure, whatever the outcome of your meeting is, both people are going to examine how they performed. But here's a good little nugget to take away. Underachievers, people who have a broke mindset, people have a mindset that's negative and is not an abundant mindset, so they have a scarcity mindset, they're almost invariably going to rehash all the mistakes they made. What did I do wrong? Oh, what a bozo. I said this, or I did this, or I had no idea what she was talking about, or I might have cut them off, or I was negative the whole time, or I was nervous the whole time. They're going to sit there and they're going to focus on all the things they did wrong. And you know what? All they're doing, again, is reinforcing to their subconscious or putting that information back in. And so the high achievers, in contrast, are ones, they'll say, what was the best parts of I did? What was a performance that I got good responses, right? And, I would always say, Google, or maybe we'll do a class on body language. There's a lot of things that you can do during a conversation with somebody, not really on the phone as much. That's why I love to use Zoom and Skype and FaceTime. I prefer Zoom over Skype. Skype's, I don't know, it's just not as clear, because body language is very, very important. If somebody is leaning towards you, or if somebody is nodding their head, or if they look comfortable and relaxed, then you have their attention and they're comfortable and they're not trying to get out of the conversation. And in contrast, someone that's like self-soothing a lot, looking around, not making eye contact, maybe like fidgeting, maybe like kind of looking at the door, crossing their arms, or just kind of, you can really tell you can really tell somebody's interest level if you just watch their body. And so it's important to keep body language in your mind, right? So, and when you sense somebody getting uncomfortable, by the way, immediately stop and think, what did I do or what did I say that got that person uncomfortable? This is also going to be a good point for you to understand what that person's comfort zone is, right? If all of a sudden they have a long-term programming that network marketing is a pyramid scheme or a joke or nobody succeeds, and you start talking about the business opportunity and they get squirmy, then just say, hey, you know what? It looks like you're a little uneasy about the conversation about the business. Can I just tell you my story? And guys, that's another thing is the best thing you can do in every interaction, whether it is a one-on-one, a two-on-one, a three-way call, a home meeting, a conference call, anytime you have somebody that's looking at your business or your services or product, you've got to tell your story. Because if you tell your story, it's about you and the discovery that you made and the business that you started and that you're excited about, and you're just letting them know that, you are doing this, versus if you go straight to products and business, it's about, all of a sudden they feel like it's not about you. They feel like it's about you wanting to sell them something. And instead of saying, hey, I just became an entrepreneur and started my own global wellness business, and I am so excited that I'm telling everybody about it, and being indifferent of whether they care or not, it goes from, oh my gosh, have you heard about this widget? Have you heard about this intergalactic global pill that's going to make you, or this service that's going to change your life? Then all of a sudden they think, oh, she's just trying to sell me something, right? So in the meeting, just remember, in sales or network marketing, it's not about you. It's about you having a solution and finding people who want that solution. And that's what the entire object of getting together with people in any kind of situation, the whole object is to find needs. It's not to close the deal. So don't worry about did I close the deal? If they say, oh my gosh, this is amazing and I would love this product, and oh my gosh, that service sounds incredible, or gosh, I know so many people love it, then explore that. Say, well, what do you love best? Can you see yourself being a customer? Yeah, absolutely. Great. Well, if you see yourself being a customer and you're this excited about it, could you see yourself sharing it? Because we have preferred customer programs. Many companies have preferred customer programs, right? Where they're able to get a discount or free product or services when they refer others. Well, could you see you go beyond that, making an income with this? Because, and tell your story. Again, I never thought 9.5 years ago, when I was presented with this bottle of product, that I would even be a customer, let alone build an empire that did millions of dollars in sales, right? So, every single chance you get, evaluate your performance. And if you are on a three-way call or a two-on-one, which means it's your prospect, your upline or your downline, and you, if there's three of you, also ask the person that's with you that's not presenting to give you feedback of what you did right and what you could do in addition. So ask them. So if I'm on a three-way call with somebody, even if I'm their upline and I've made millions of dollars and they've never made a dime, I will still say to them, what do you think I did right? And what would you have done extra? What else would you have done, right? The best thing I would say to you guys as network marketers is be prepared. One of the things I've been really implementing lately is when I get asked to do a three-way call, I ask the person who is introducing us, what are they looking for? What specific questions do they have? What concerns do they have? And what do they like best? I want to go in to this interaction, to this conversation prepared, so that I will bring the right value. I will bring the right information. I will be prepared to answer the questions so that I'm increasing my likelihood of having success. Because remember, guys, sales is not giving information to close somebody because your information is so dazzling and so great that they can't say no. Sales is giving people enough information so that they can make a decision. Yes, this is for me, or no, it's not. You're looking for yes or no decisions. Maybes are the ones I don't like. Maybes are, I'm interested, but I don't have enough information to say yes. Maybes can be yeses very quickly if you find out what that is. So, regularly ask this of yourself. Regularly ask this to people on your team, right? Let's say you're on a conference call. Let's say you're doing a big meeting. Let's say you're doing an event in a hotel or an event in a living room. Ask the people, what did you see that I did right? What would we do differently next time? What would you like me to do differently last time? And, and be open to the information. Like a lot of times I get some great feedback on my calls but I say, well, okay, well, thank you for the feedback. I love the compliments, but is there anything I missed? Is there anything you would add? Is there anything that would make that call, instead of a 7 or 8, would it make it a 9 or would make it a 10, right? And every time you do this, guys, every time you ask these questions and evaluate, and I know it sounds weird, but I listen to every call and like recording. So if I do this lunch and learn, while I'm uploading it to YouTube, I watch the whole thing again. Because I think, how could I have made this better, right? Could it have been shorter? Could it have been longer? Did I smile enough? Did I play with my hair too much? That's a joke, as everybody knows. Like, I have a thing. I play with my hair when I'm nervous, so I try not to. Did I say right or or things? So every time you're in a situation in business, ask yourself those two questions. What did I do right? And what could I do differently? And this is an industry about improving. And as you improve your value and your skill set. You will improve your mindset. You will improve your confidence. You will improve your delivery. You will be comfortable, and therefore your prospect will be comfortable, because remember that 93% of all interactions between two human beings is non-verbal. 7% is the words coming out of your mouth. So whether someone joins you or not, whether someone's interested or not, 7% are the words and facts. And 93% is your posture and your tone of voice. It's unbelievable how important your body language is, and that will come from confidence, and being prepared will help you to be confident. So constantly be improving yourself. Ask yourself those questions. Ask others for feedback, and just remember that by doing this, you're going to have a process of elimination. You're going to stop doing the things that didn't move the business forward, because all of a sudden, if you have like 30 things that you said, and you said what I did right was these 20, guess what you're going to do? Your subconscious is slowly going to drop the other 10 things, so that over time, in instance after instance after instance, you're going to only start doing the things that you believe are going to move your business forward, getting people engaged, getting people the right information, and getting them to say yes. And slowly you'll stop doing the things that aren't. And remember that in every experience, failure is an opportunity to begin again. Failure is an opportunity to learn from, and you have to switch your focus. And if you want less failures, right? If you want more success, shift your focus. Be positive. Do not say, oh, I did this wrong. Oh, I stumbled and I did this and I was ill prepared. Don't do that. Just remember, even if you did 29 things that you're not excited about and only one, think about that one and say, I did this right. And what I will do differently next time is this. And that usually will be a positive way to correct the other 29 things that you believe you did wrong. So get better, keep improving. Remember, doctors go to med school for like 10 to 12 years to come out making $250,000 to $300,000 a year, and they have all kinds of liability and overhead and insurance, and like I make as much as a doctor makes. And I did it my second year in network marketing because I was committed to the process of getting better and putting myself in situations over and over again, as uncomfortable as it was, sweating and breaking out in hives, standing in front of a room, feeling like a complete idiot half the time. But I put myself in situations, and I constantly kept learning and growing and improving. And I promise you, You will get there, but you have to be committed to it. So thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed episode 26. Stay tuned tomorrow for episode 27. I am madly researching what I'd like to train tomorrow. And make sure, again, you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel so you never miss an episode, so that you can learn while you're eating your lunch, no matter what time zone you are. They are all archived. And my YouTube channel, again, is youtube.com/create wealth with Tara. So thanks, guys. And I hope you have a great week, and I will see you all tomorrow.